Hey guys, what's going on? I know recently I kind of said that I've been really burned out lately in terms of content, but I still wanted to get something out there. I've talked about pretty much every update in terms of this game up until now, and I thought it'd be a shame if I didn't talk about this one. So, Dandy's World got another update. It's been a couple days, and so I thought I'd talk about it real quick. This is going to be a shorter video just because, again, I've really had burnout when it comes to not only this game, but a lot of games on Roblox and just in general recently. I have considered making a video kind of talking about the general gaming space and my own headspace right now, but that will be down the line when I have a lot more thoughts kind of put in place. So this is going to be a very podcasty video like I usually do. It's not going to be anything too crazy. I'm also not feeling too well, so I'm sorry if I get quieter or a little bit more monotone throughout this video. Again, lots has been happening, and I just feel kind of under the weather today. So, yeah, this was a pretty short update, to be fully honest with you, so this should be really quick to get through. So, first thing that came out was the new early levels, so a couple new maps were added to the early game. So basically, like, floors 1 through 10 is where you'll see most of the new content. I thought it was good. I liked it. I didn't get to see it as often as I actually would have liked, which might just be my luck personally, but I didn't see it very often. I think I only got each of the new maps once or twice, but they do look really good. I do like how they play. I was playing as Yada, so that could be why, but I think they were really fine, and I liked them. So, props to the map development team for that. The next thing that came out, and what I think most people were probably looking forward to this update, was the Showtime skin pack, as well as a few other skins. For reference, this was the skins for Blot, Yada, Louis, R&D, there was a fifth one that I am blanking at. V. I don't know why I blanked that one, sorry. And then there were 3 other skins for, again, R&D, again, Yada, and again, Blot. So, lots of new skins came out, and I think that, for the most part, I thought they were good. This does bring me to a point that I would like to mention here, and obviously I know that, like, Quell's never gonna see these videos, but I would still like to bring discussion to this point. I don't personally like the direction that skins are going in this game. I think I mentioned this at least once, but the current rate that skins are going, they very much tend to favor characters who are newer and characters who really don't need more skins. We're at the point where, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Louis is at 5 skins now, and Yada is at 5, if not 6 skins now. Blot now officially has 4 skins. So a lot of characters have a lot of skins, and I'm noticing that there's a pretty common trend where a lot of other characters are, I'm not going to say are being neglected, but certainly don't have nearly as many skins or variety that other characters have. I noticed this first with Louis, and it's especially apparent now that Louis, Yada, V, Pebble, they all have a buttload of skins. So I would like to see a little bit of toning down some of those characters getting skins and prioritizing other characters, because it is getting to a point where not only do these characters have a lot of skins, but a lot of them just don't look that great, in my opinion. Not to say that any of them are abhorrent, not to say that any of them were something that didn't need to be developed. I bought all of them, and I do appreciate all of them. I do appreciate the new content. This was a welcome feature. However, with that being said, I do think that some of the skins just don't hold up compared to some of the earlier skins we got, especially with the initial skin pack release. With the red ticket, a lot of the skins in that red ticket pack are really, really good, really well made, and when you compare that to some of the newer skins coming out, like the one that comes off the top of my head to me is the newest R&D skin, which I kind of thought was just too similar to Seafoam, personally. and didn't really look that stylistically good. It's not bad, it's just not my favorite by any means, and I've heard a lot of people unfortunately agreeing with that sentiment, and so I think that time could have been developed into other characters who don't have skins, don't have anything interesting, and more time could have been spent on making skins that hold a little bit better. So again, I'm not trying to diss anyone who modeled these skins or made them look good. I thoroughly appreciate the fact that we are getting new content in this update and not just optimizations, but I do think that the skin department needs to kind of readjust its priorities. That's just me speaking. The next thing was that 2 characters got some pretty significant buffs, actually. First was Tegan. So Tegan now only needs 75 tapes in order to heal herself, which I think is a very welcome buff. Tegan was rarely ever utilized, so I'm really hoping that this update makes it so that Tegan is a much more viable character, because I do think she's really good as a character. The other one, and I think one that is much more prominent, is the V buff, which not only makes it so that her mic check is significantly quicker, but also her passive now highlights double the amount of machines it used to, so you now see 2 instead of 1 machine at a time. I think this is really good. I was in the evidently minority of people who thought that V was already really good and that she wasn't being replaced, but now this really signifies and confirms for me that V is in a really good spot right now. So I think she honestly is now officially better than Shelly, which is kind of surprising for me to say, but I do think now this puts her far better than Shelly because of the fact that you can see 2 machines at once and you pretty much have constant readings of what is going on in the match, where machines are, if people are doing machines, all that good stuff. So super cool that we're seeing that, and the mic check reduction is also a very welcome change. So awesome stuff there. This is definitely another part of the update I was really happy for, and I have 0 complaints. The next thing, and this is going to be another time where I want to discuss this segment, a new trinket came out called the Research Map. So the Research Map basically allows you to see all capsules on every floor for periods of 10 seconds. So every 10 seconds you will see them for a brief moment before you'll have to wait 10 seconds to see the capsules again, and this will keep going until you pick them all up. This is a very good trinket, especially for newer players who need Ichor or need research. This is a phenomenal trinket for them. The problem that I personally have is not because of the trinket, it's because of the fact that we made a new trinket for this effect. Again, this is something that I don't know if I've mentioned this before or not, but this is something that very easily could have been one of the event trinkets, in my opinion. Something like the Festive Lights or the Egg Radar, especially the Egg Radar, I think would have been perfect for this, being able to highlight any capsules and or event currencies on any floor. So it's kind of a shame that we needed a whole new trinket dedicated to just capsules, rather than just making Festive Lights and Egg Radar useful. So that kind of bums me out, but it's whatever, right? Maybe those 2 abilities can be used for something else. But still, I mean, the trinket's good, not complaining, just wish it was for something else. Last thing I'm going to talk about is regarding a lot of changes to optimization. This is kind of the biggest part of the update, I would say, for their end. Like, the biggest part for us as, like, players, as consumers, was obviously, like, the skins and the map stuff. The biggest thing on their end as developers is a lot of back-end stuff got done, a lot of optimization and bug fixes were implemented with this update, with the intention to improve performance of the game and significantly reduce the amount of lag you may experience in the game, as well as updating a lot of graphics. So you may notice that a lot of posters and pictures have been updated as well to match the new art style and quality that we've been seeing with more of the newer characters. I also think this was an amazing change. Personally, I never really had many issues when it came to this game, but this is a very welcome change. I have been saying this, that we've needed an update to just focus on optimization, and this was the update for it. So really glad to see that they took the time to go ahead and do that. So really, really glad. Hopefully this is something that is also very beneficial for players who may run lower end devices like mobile or console or laptops like mine that are 10 years old. So hopefully that is a beneficial feature, and hopefully you are all liking that feature. I personally was very happy to see that this was being implemented because, again, I have been saying we've been needing an optimization update for a very long time, going back, looking at older characters, older assets, and this is exactly what that update was for. So, massive props to the dev team who have been working pretty relentlessly on this game. Very happy that this game is in the state it's in now. Again, I do have my concerns, and I may eventually make a video on it. I'm not too sure yet, because like I said, talking about really gaming in general has been really hard for me lately, just because of burnout. A lot of games are in not necessarily bad states, but not necessarily good states either. So I may make an update video kind of covering why I feel this way. If I do, I'll probably do that with some friends as well, because I do think that is a video that is really good to just talk about with other people and get their thoughts and get your thoughts as well. I would love to hear your thoughts about that. But anyways, overall, love the update. Just wanted to make a quick video just to put something out there for y'all to enjoy while I'm feeling a little under the weather. And I really hope you guys are having a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week, and I hope to see y'all very soon. See you later.